Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so I love tech. Every Black Friday I always buy tech, so I was like, let me make a video. I clearly am super oily and I'm looking cozy. Okay, this is a sleepover situation, sleepover and shopping. And just a quick disclaimer, you have everything you need. If you have a cell phone, you got it. But if you have the budget to buy more, here are my favorites. Okay, first things first, the Canon R. I am filming on the Canon R right now. I'll do some B-roll. This camera is amazing for taking photos, especially like outfit photos. It is amazing if you're on vacation, like taking scenery photos. So the camera itself is $15.99. Different websites I'll link below have like deals, but that is usually just the body by itself. The lens that I have on it right now is the 50mm 1.8, and because it is the Canon R, the R lines are newer versus like the EF lines. You're going to want to get a lens with the RF, or if you're upgrading from Canon, then you have the EF, then you have to buy an adapter, and I just didn't want an adapter, so I got an RF lens. The 50mm 1.8, that lens is $199. That is going to be the cheapest lens that you find for the Canon R. And honestly speaking, if I were to go back, I would have just gotten the 35mm 1.8. The thing is with that one, it is $400. It's $399 versus the $200 of the 50mm, you know, like $199. So at the time I was like, I'm just going to get the $199. What's the difference really between a 50mm and a 35? On the Canon R, which is a full frame camera, which means when you put the lens on, you're going to fit more into your frame. Full frame, let's say you fit this much in, and then the Canon T3i, it would fit like this much in, and it would crop outside frame. So the 50mm, even though it's like a fixed lens, I'm like trying not to speak gibberish, but the 50mm, since if you want to zoom, you have to walk. It's not like you can zoom in and out. No, you have to move closer or farther away from your subject. So I feel like I was originally thinking like 50 isn't that far off from 35, but I think I would just get the 35. The thing is, the 35mm is a chunkier lens, where the 50mm is a skinnier lens. I would say like the 50 is like that. It's really, really like pancake lens for real. It's really small. And then 35 is like that. So the 50 is easy. It's like super light. So yeah, that was a little long-winded, but the Canon R is absolutely perfect. I think like if you want to make like really fancy reels or TikToks occasionally, my opinion is like don't do it for everything. Like, you know, keep the quality up, but just make sure that you're producing and not overthinking it, because I have a problem with overthinking things, but that's not what we're here to talk about. So yeah, that is the camera that I'm filming on right now. Highly recommend the R. I would even check out the newer series. I have the R. Now there's like the R3, the R5. I think there's even an R6 because the R has been out for a long time. I bought it in, bear with the brain. I bought it in 2020. Yeah, I bought it in 2020. We're now in 2021, almost 2022. So yeah, wow, it's really about to be 2 years. Anyways, really love this camera. It's not too heavy. It actually feels somewhat lighter than my old camera, which is supposed to be smaller. Why is my iPad overheating? Honey, this is a tech video and it's overheating. Oh, I know why. It's connected to the camera. So I've been using the Camera Connect app and it disconnected because it fell asleep, but it's okay. I would highly recommend the iPad. If you have to choose between an iPad and a computer, go with the computer. I did buy a computer recently and I like the new MacBooks. That is completely off topic because we're talking cameras here, but you can do Final Cut Pro editing on that, where the iPad, it's nice, but you would have to find other editing softwares. You could do InShot, Video Leap, all of those, but I have more control with Final Cut Pro, so I like Final Cut Pro the most. Moving on to the next camera. I have the Canon G7X Mark II. It's a very small camera. I really like it if, like, for example, when Jared and I were on our honeymoon, we had this camera with us and that camera, and like the times that we were out, this would just be the easiest that could fit in my purse. I could take photos with this, and like honestly, if I wasn't using this, I would use my cell phone, because like you don't want to have your camera out all the time. But this is my palm. I don't have a huge palm. So do you see how it fits? Like, I feel like it's just pretty convenient and it takes quality photos. And I have done reels on this and it looks amazing. You still get that camera quality and you can actually zoom in and out on this, which is great. Whereas the Canon R is a really great camera to create reels and like your vertical videos and TikToks. But the thing is, like, if you want to move closer or further away to get like that macro shot of like applying your lipstick, if you're in the beauty space or like skincare, you will have to either move your face closer or like get up and move the monopod further back. And if you're looking for a monopod, I will link it below. I just bought this one and that is what you're on right now and I absolutely love it. So that is it for cameras. This is the 2. I know the 3 is out. I've heard some people say that they like the 2 over the 3, and I'll make sure to put like prices on the screen and everything. I would say if you are on a budget, then I would just get the Canon G7X Mark II or 3 if you like that one more. Another camera that is super popular right now is the Sony Z. I can't remember the name, but I'll include it here. And a lot of amazing influencers that I follow, or a lot of like fashion people that I follow or content creators that I follow, use that camera. I think Aaliyah's Face has that camera. Scout the City uses that camera. I personally am a Canon person, so if you're a Canon person, I recommend this. And I'm pretty sure Sony has an app, but I have connected my app to it so I can like download photos to it if I wanted to. I don't know, Sony just pulls green, and to me, like, my first ever camera was a Canon, so I can't let it go. I do want to share this Instax. If you are into photography, this is really a perfect gift for yourself or a perfect gift for someone. This is $100, and I know they do have like sets where you can get the film too. If you're into film photos, you will love this. Why I actually love the printer, it's like the vertical photos, is because I could take 10 pictures on my iPhone. If you have an Android, like, you can take 10 photos and then say you hate 9 of those photos and you like 1, you can print the one that you want. So you don't have to fuss around with the camera, taking it, wasting film, saying like, hey, that photo sucks. Can we redo it? And I'm like, no, we don't have any more film. So I'm happy that they came out with this. If they ever come out with a wide one, I think that would be super cool, which the wide one is really, really cool. I feel like it really adds to that like aesthetic. My mom actually found a Polaroid and gave it to me, so maybe I should buy film for that. But like, this is easier. Like, when we did go on our honeymoon to Mexico, I took a whole bunch of photos. Like, you know how weird it would be to just pull out a big camera, even the Canon R, and like take a photo randomly. So I can take those photos on my iPhone. Everyone walks around with a phone in no matter what country you are, and I can print it out here. So this, really, really cute gift. Okay, last but definitely not least, when you buy those like iPhone stands, they usually come with a iPhone adapter, and like, it was weak. It's always like leaning, like, what are you doing? So I got this Manfrotto attachment, and it is extremely tight, so you can like pull it and then you can lock it in on the back, and it has a screw here, and then it also has like a screw on the bottom. I really, really love this. I feel like you do have to be delicate with it though, because one day I was just rushing and I feel like I'm slowly about to break it, but it's really sturdy. Like, honestly, do I want a Manfrotto tripod? I just feel like I have too many tripods. But anyways, this is definitely deserves a mention. Last but not least, I already told you about the iPad. Highly recommend this keyboard. Like, honestly, I don't think I want an iPad. I have a pencil, but I don't think like I would love it as much if I didn't have the keyboard. And I know like the keyboard was on sale for a while. Now that we're done with all of the camera stuff and we've talked about the monopod, I do want to give this a mention. It is our projector, and we watch our movies on this when we go camping, and it is very small. The battery life is like 2 hours, and then after that we just attach it to like an Anchor portable charger. Oh, the cool thing about this is that like Netflix is on this, Disney Plus is on this, so it just works on Wi-Fi. Or with Netflix, I can download the Netflix movie and then watch it on this, so you don't have to like plug it into like a base or anything. And with the HDMI, you can actually plug in a Fire Stick if you wanted to, but this is like its own Fire Stick. I think there's only one thing that wouldn't allow me to download. I want to say it was Hulu, but like the other ones worked. Is Hulu working on this? I know Netflix for sure, Disney Plus for sure, Hulu, for some reason, I think started giving me issues, and I think Peacock works if you're on that. I didn't check Paramount Plus, but it probably does work. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. When I was looking up Canon R videos for content creators, I really couldn't find anything, but I definitely recommend this camera if you can afford it. It is a little pricey, so if you can't afford it this Black Friday, just save up for the next following Black Friday and use your cell phone, because yeah, there have been so many times where I wanted to use the R, but like, you just can't always pull out a camera, okay? Sometimes for example, you just can't. Like, it's faster to just whip out my phone, like, for my camera to focus and stuff. Like, it just doesn't make sense all the time. You can film a whole video on, like, a DSLR for TikTok. You could do one on your iPhone, and then the one for the DSLR could, like, completely flop, and then the one for the iPhone can completely pop off. So I think if you have the budget for it, definitely go for it, but do not, like, pressure yourself to get it, because I think that has always been my problem. Like, I have an obsession with tech. It's like Marvel and tech. Pick one. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please link them down below. If I forget anything, I will include it in the description box. And I still owe you guys a video. Like, I want to sit down with Jared and talk about how we shoot our photos and videos and stuff like that. And then I will go into maybe doing Vlogmas. I don't know, but until next time, we will talk to you later. Bye. Now, you see, because the Canon the camera Connect disconnected, who's gonna turn this off? Because it's still recording. I feel like I look cozy. And that's what I was going for. I guess I'm getting up. I guess it's me. I didn't know who was getting up, but it's me. Ooh, these match my new pillows from Target. Tech obsession and Target obsession. Everything with a T. Thanks for watching.